Welcome to Pocket Watch Podcast. I'm Zach.
Cruz.
Jake.
Merry Christmas, motherfuckers.
Yeah. Merry Christmas or like belated Christmas. Christmas was...
Happy Hanukkah.
Yeah.
Christmas was literally yesterday when we dropped this episode.
Yeah, we drop on Monday, so Christmas is on Sunday.
Yeah, exactly.
All right,
so
yeah.
Merry Christmas, motherfuckers. No.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in another week, guys. Hope you guys had a good Christmas. Hope you made a profit. No, I'm just playing. Men will never. Actually, Kristan's a good gift giver, so I always profit, I think, coming out of Christmas. Do you ever think about it like that sometimes? I don't know why. I always like, did I get out of what I put in? You shouldn't think of it that way. I don't think of it like against anybody. I just think of it personally. Like, or yeah. No?
No.
All right. I'm just a terrible person. But
I don't, but I think that's probably the accountant side of you.
right.
You're like,
Doing accountant
okay,
shit.
Profit and loss margins. Okay, we're down 50% this year, but that's okay.
Babe, I'm going to need you to make it up.
For this birthday, you better go fucking hard.
Yeah. Fourth quarter, bitch. Month end.
That's
No,
funny as
but
fuck.
yeah, that's anyways. Hope you guys did good. I hope I probably am gonna have bad luck because I said that.
Yeah, I hope so.
Honestly,
So
this is the first year that I have no fucking idea what Melissa's gonna get me. First year.
is that a good thing or
You get used to it.
Pretty much every single year, I already know what she's gonna get me, and she hates me because I'm like, oh, you're gonna get me this. She's like, shut the fuck up. And it happens. But this year, I have no fucking idea what she's gonna get me. So, and that's because when she asked me, what do you want for Christmas? I said, I have no idea. If I want something, I just fucking buy it.
yeah, it's hard.
Basically.
Unless it's like a fucking
Bro.
super high ticket item thing.
Yeah.
It's so
Then-
hard to shop for your like. Is the longer you're with someone, A,
I was just telling them that.
the
yeah.
older you get, B, it gets harder to
Harder,
get
harder.
something. You know, like Kristan sent me a wish list on Amazon. You know, I was like, perfect. I just said select all and buy all. You know, but like, you know, it was still, it's like mugs, shit like that. You know, and it's kind of like, all right, so like this drops after Christmas, so like I texted, and it's mad last minute. But I texted her friend like, hey, here's the budget. You're a lot more bougie than she is. Just one item, like a high dollar item, like something bougie, like
Yeah.
a purse or something. She'll never ask for it because that's not her, and she'll never buy it herself because that's not her. So it's like that. Hopefully works out. Hopefully I get a text here pretty soon.
Confirming.
Yeah,
That's funny.
and that will put me in the loss.
Bro, I didn't even do much for my girl this year, bro. I just got her, because she didn't ask for much. I just got her a
Yeah.
pair of scrubs. I'm actually going to be doing a joke on her. Because
You got her scrubs for Christmas?
because she
Her
asked,
work uniform?
she asked for some. But that's not the only thing I got her, bro.
Damn, bro.
But I got her scrubs, but so she asked for like a skateboard. That's what she really wanted, was a skateboard for Christmas.
Ah.
But the thing is, I want to take her to go build her own skateboard, right? But obviously, I'm gonna give her something on Christmas. So I went to Target and got her like a little fucking tech deck. And it's cool because the little tech deck is like, it's like one of those kits where you can like build your tech deck yourself.
I like,
Like,
those.
yo, you asked. You said you wanted to build it, right?
So
I like those.
I'm gonna get her that, and then I'll tell her like, oh, you know, like I wanted to get you a skateboard, but I wanted you to come and build it or whatever. And that's got her a backpack and a water bowl.
I like when the gift is really small, but it's like a big gift.
Nah, it's not a big gift, bro. This
Nah,
is
it's
like,
big, bro.
Yeah.
No, this year we decided not to go all out because we're trying to save money and everything like that. So we're not. Really
Yeah,
going out.
man.
Yeah.
But I don't know what
It's so hard.
I don't know what the fuck she's gonna
So-
give me.
It's so hard when you say like, all right, no gifts or like budget,
Yeah,
and then like you don't like, and then they get a little out of hand maybe,
Yeah.
and you could feel it or you
It's
see
like,
it.
fuck,
Well,
I gotta do something now.
I felt bad because I wasn't gonna get my parents anything. My parents like, oh, we're not gonna get you anything, blah blah. And my step pops, we go fucking the other day for the party. He got me a bottle of fucking Clase Azul. It's like a fucking $100
That
and
is
something
dope,
dollar. Yeah, it's
bro.
like a $100 and something dollar bottle of fucking tequila, which that shit is fire. And then he got my Melissa a fucking coffee bean grinder, and I'm like, I thought you guys weren't getting us fucking anything, you piece of shit.
And those are good gifts.
Yeah, but you know what though? I got him a fucking dope ass ice maker thing that makes him like the crystal clear ice
the
balls
ball ones?
for the whiskey and stuff like that.
Perfect.
I got some dope stuff.
That's a
good
good.
for that.
That's a
Yeah.
good gift.
But
That's
it
a
is what it is.
great gift.
Yeah, but-
Good job, guys. That's a happy
you go.
family. That's a good.
What
Family.
about you, Jacob?
Don't ask me that question, man. I don't
Jacob
fucking
has
know.
to
I mean,
leave.
I got-
Oh, Jacob's going Christmas shopping today.
I'm still trying
the
to find shit. Yo,
22nd.
I went to Walmart the other day and I'm
That
just
is-
looking around like, what the fuck can I grab? Like, it's like you said, 10 years, and it's like, bro, there's nothing like they want. Like, I just grabbed something here and something there. I grabbed her some pots with some rainbow stuff on it. 'Cause she wanted
Sometimes
that.
I think like my issue, which is why I said, Mission Impossible 3, get one expensive item, is because she gave me the list of normal things. But there is something where she didn't give me that, and then I just got her a bunch of different things. That matters to a girl. I think that matters. Like, I didn't tell you to get me this. This is what you wanted to get me.
Yeah, that's why I did. Cause
even going to Walmart, bro.
It sucks when she gives you an Amazon list, and it's like, bro, you know exactly what I'm going to get you. So it's not going to be as cute when you're opening it. Like, so like I got my girl some Harry Potter shit. Like, it's like a jukebox and some blankets because she likes Harry Potter, but she didn't put that on the list. So I'm hoping that's like, all right, bet. Bitch,
that's
like
a
that?
thought
That's
one.
Cute. Ha ha ha.
That's a thought one, bitch.
I love you.
I didn't even go
so
out
bad.
for my girl this year because I don't even know what the fuck she even wanted. And then
it's hard, bro.
I wanted to get her an Apple Watch, but there's like a fucking Colombian tradition where it's like if your significant other buys you a watch, it's like a thing that basically means like the relationship's gonna fail. Because it means that your relationship is running out of time or some shit like that.
Nah.
And you know what's crazy? I swear to God that
Yo, that's terrible.
you want to start crazy. The guy that she dated before me, he bought her an Apple Watch, and like a couple months later they broke up.
You should do it.
I thought about doing it.
Yo,
bro.
you should
Like,
do it.
fuck you, bro.
I thought
We're
about
breaking
doing it.
traditions.
I thought about doing it, just be like, just fucking buying it and to be like, this fucking shit don't work. But then I know that she was gonna get tight because she's already told me like, don't ever buy me a fucking watch. And I'm like,
Yeah, just
I know
steer
she
clear.
wants one, but she also wants headphones too. I think so. I'll have to decide if I'm gonna swing that or not.
Yeah. I don't know if I want to talk about this topic anymore. No, okay. So
Which one did you guys decide on?
short topic, but a good one, interesting one, and also it's kind of in light of the Twitch suicide situation.
Oh, that's what we're talking about for Christmas.
Yeah, no, it's not Christmas no more, bro. Christmas was yesterday. Get over it,
man.
It's a new year.
Times have
Yo,
passed.
Merry Christmas,
It's
Happy
not
New
a new
Year's.
year
Don't commit
yet.
suicide.
We're on to the new year. That's how it is on this episode. But so in light of Twitch's suicide, right?
This guy Jacob's over here doing math the fucking again, trying to be hiding it under the fucking.
I always do math. That's bro. I'm a mathematic. I should be an accountant, bro.
There was
Keep
one
going.
episode we were doing, and this guy Jacob's over here fucking calculating his fucking his commission from the fucking real estate job, and I see him at the end of the episode like, bitch, I saw you calculating
He
your
don't
fucking
see
commission.
shit, bro. He talking shit right now.
It is hard to get a thumbnail. Jacob's always texting. One of our thumbnails is Jacob texting. I don't know.
But it's not even Texas.
Find
Majority
the
of the time, it's
episode.
just like
or
math.
checking the time.
Man,
For a
that's
long time.
funny as fuck. Yeah, takes him 5 minutes to figure out what time it is.
All right, guys, let's focus.
All right, focus.
all right, come on.
Focus.
Focus.
All right, so in light, yeah, there we go.
We're serious now.
There we go.
All right.
All right, no, in light of the Twitch suicide, right? Not in light of, but relative to, a lot of the conversation, and I don't know nothing about it, so we don't have to get deep into it. But a lot of the conversation was like, it's so crazy how this happened, right? Like, super happy dude, always, like successful, works hard, happy, posts dancing, you know what I mean? Like, has a passion and a fame career, like with the Ellen thing, whatever. Super crazy, wife, kids, the whole nine, right? Super crazy and unexpected that he killed himself. But
Quick question: what do you know? Like how suicide was? Like how did they know it was
he
him?
shot himself in the head.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty,
Checked into a hotel.
that's pretty solid.
Checked into a hotel and shot himself in the head.
That'll
So
do it
imagine
for you.
that moment, like walking into a room and you're that about it. Like you're getting ready to kill. That's sad, bro. That's like, I don't even want to get into what. Like I've talked to Christina about it. Like how, why, what do you think? You know, because some people, you see a lot of people, even if they look happy or whatever, it's because that fame gets to them. You know, and they end up killing themselves. But like, I don't know. That's why his is so weird. His is so different. Because you would think the fame wasn't a thing for him because he was doing different things that gave him more fame. You know what I mean? Like you could stop at dancing, and so you think Ellen is a different step. You know, like that's where you say, I want to stick to my thing. You know what I mean? But if you're good at it and you like it, you know what I mean? That I don't know. But point was, a lot of the things that were said also was he's so strong, like how strong he was. Because if he was going through something mentally that bad that made him kill himself, and he was able to go through life and have the career he had and all the different things without anybody kind of like expecting that, maybe, you know, and maybe we'll find out more and more people did expect it, but like it seems so far that it was totally out of nowhere. That he's very strong for that, right? And I think, and I would agree, right? And that's why I wanted to ask the question, which is kind of like a hard one though. But it's like,
I think it's weakness.
not saying anything.
Yeah.
Like cutting off.
Yeah, like bro, I feel like when people do that stuff, it's because they're running from their emotions.
No, the act of suicide, that's a different.
No, but living life
without
ever
showing,
not even showing, but like willing to speak about it is weakness, because a lot of times people don't speak about their feelings because they feel, first of all, sometimes people feel like they can't, right? Because it's like, oh, people always tell you like, oh, you're so strong, blah blah. And it's like, oh, I can't show that weak side of me. But in reality, like, I feel like stepping up and being like, hey, I'm going through some shit mentally, so that I feel like that right there shows strength.
Yeah.
Versus than just like running from that feeling.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Personally, for me, I don't think it's strength.
Yeah, but then what about? Because that's why I was thinking about it. Like, what about those like in normal? Because we all know people, right? Where if they're going through something in life, they're going through something in life. Like they don't function the same because of this thing that's going on in their life and whatever activity that is. And then people that can function.
I told you, I'm the type of person that can function.
Right. But then,
but it's still a sign of weakness to not speak about it.
Really?
To hold it down. Yes. And that's coming from somebody who does that type of thing. It's weakness, bro.
Yeah.
Being able to put on a poker face and keep going is not a sign of strength. It's a sign of just weakness. Being able to open up and talk about it, that's strength.
Yeah.
And that's, like I said, I told you before we even started, I'm the type of person that can just live life and nobody ever know anything's even going on in my life.
Right.
But that's not a sign of strength, bro. You know what I mean? I feel like actually being able to talk about it is a sign of strength.
There's a fine line, right?
No, I agree. And I get what you're saying, because
what's going on? Because like because I think the Twitch context makes you're 100% right. Yeah. And that's where I can't argue.
I get what you're saying though. You're saying like being able to hold that pain and not let it show, like, it's a sign of strength. But yeah, I get what you mean in that sense, and being able to hold together and not let it crumble your life.
Because you could still be strong, right? And go like, let's even Twitch, for example, which is why I still agree with you, right? Because it inevitably resulted into something where it's like you should have got help. So that's why I agree with you. But like when it comes to work, when it comes to being at a party, when it comes to being with friends, hanging out, whatever the case is, and that person is like what I was saying, like the person that you can tell, you always know that they're going through something, whatever, and is borderline like that pity or non-pity.
I feel like if you're the type of person that you let it consume your life and completely destroy your life, then that's obviously not strength either.
So you see, and then,
I think it's about balance, obviously,
because asking for help is strength.
Yeah,
but there's also being a strong person. Yeah. When you need to be, and then going to ask for help. Right.
Yeah. I'm not saying like let something consume your life and then you go sit in a dark room for 20 days because you're mentally breaking down. That's not strength either to me. But everybody also copes with things differently.
Like you got like if you're behind on, I don't know. I'm trying to think of it because this also goes into like personality types. Like those that are like neurotic or like not sympathetic.
Erotic?
No, neurotic.
I'm just fucking
like the person like high anxiety kind of people. Like that's also like a personality thing. But like I was just thinking like we all that type of person. What about like I've been through a situation where I was talking with somebody and it was one of those people where it's like, I'm going through this and that, and that's whatever. And it happened to be like in an area where we needed to get something done or whatever. And somebody overheard the conversation, and then when the person walked away, somebody else came up and like that overheard the conversation was like, that person's weak. Like that person was trying to get pity from you the whole time. Like it was and on one hand, I was like, that's why I wanted to talk about it, because it's like interesting. I was like, man, like, because on one hand, it's a fine line between like when can you say, and maybe it is that line, like when to do it. I don't know, but that sounds insensitive.
I get what you're saying, but I feel like there's a different tiers of strength. Like you can be strong in different aspects of your life, but you can overall be a strong person. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but like,
but I get what you're saying, and I agree. Like going around constantly
Like our
trying to look
moms,
for empathy
our
as well.
moms are good examples where it's like I look up to when we're kids. I look up to my mom.
Yeah.
Right. Like that's my role model
Yeah.
right now. I don't have any. And then you can see when they're going through shit, and then when they hold it down and do something, you know, like when they do hold it down, you're like, oof, that's a respect thing.
Yeah.
And like from a leader type of standpoint or something, or just a person in general, it's like, so if that's strong, how come that's not weak? Right.
Yeah,
And
no.
it's win. Maybe it's about win.
Yeah, I agree.
Because at the same time, you say that I love her and she's so strong for that, but I do want her to get help.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, that's true. 1000%. I agree with everything that you're saying because I agree that being able to not let it consume you is also a sign of strength, and being able to continue through and stuff like that is definitely strength, but also not letting it on the other side of the spectrum literally take your life away because you're holding it too much.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, you got to find that balance. Like you said, it's a thin line of when you're not holding it enough and when you're holding it too much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I feel like there's also different reasons for each one. Not holding it enough. Maybe that person just needs to talk to people. Maybe they feel comfortable talking to people, whatever. Maybe receiving empathy makes them feel better. And on the other side of the spectrum, not talking about it is also a sign of weakness too, because if that right there's people running from the feeling. They don't want to like a lot of times when people are going through stuff mentally, sometimes they just don't even want to talk about it because it's just so consuming to them. So they rather just overwork themselves.
Distractions.
Him running for his career and chasing that career as hard as he can, trying to be as successful as possible, could be him running from his emotions.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
That argument that I made is literally the reason why men are the most suicidal. And
Yeah, I
stuff
think it's like 70% of suicides by men.
by
seen.
men. Yeah. And
So,
it's
yeah.
because of that. It's like,
I mean,
am
that's all-
I weak? Am I, you know?
It's not even that. It's also the fact that like I feel like as a society we have it where men, in a general sense, aren't able to talk about their feelings like that. And like, how many? Quick question. Now, to see this would be a perfect example. How many men have you seen break down at work
Right.
None.
over a situation?
I've seen some though, and I do know some.
Exactly, but there's definitely.
Right,
I'm not
but-
saying it's not
but
going to happen.
No.
Not vast
but
majority.
girls, yeah.
Now, how many girls have you seen break down at
Right.
work?
I could think of a couple, right?
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
like, it's
an on average
and it's
type
not
deal.
saying that the girls that break down are like they're pathetic. It's not that. That's not what I'm trying to say. I'm just trying to say that like us as men, we have like a stigma that society tends to put on us. And you know what? Some people say that society doesn't even put it on us.
I'd rather
Men
run
put
out
it
of
on
this
us.
building.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like
men, yeah.
Well, women too sometimes. I mean,
there are absolutely there are some girls that do put it on us, but to say as a whole society does, I feel like a lot of it stems from men. A lot of it, like personally for me, I can easily say that a lot of like that type of stuff is from myself. Like, okay, I got to hold it together right now because I can't let it go. But I know when I'm in my own place and stuff like that and my own time, I will work through that stuff. But a lot of people won't. That's the thing. A lot of people just shove it to the side and they just keep pushing. You know what I mean?
yeah, fill it with distractions instead of dealing with the problem.
And there's sometimes some situations I want to deal with things on my own and not want to deal with it with somebody else. You know what I mean? I like to process things on my own, but not everybody has that ability too.
yeah,
That's what I was gonna say too. It's like a combination of is this weak and like ego and stuff but then that like what Jacob mentioned before we started recording was like that lack of resource, right? And not necessarily money, but like knowing where you should be getting help, because it is kind of true. Because I made that point I made where it's like if this is strong, then maybe this is weak. You know what I mean? But then even on the examples that I could think of weak, like the weak examples, it is they can't think of like ways to solve the problem at hand. Some people, right, like the Twitch situation, different. That's you need expertise, psychology, you know, medication, whatever the case is for whatever was making you that low. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like some situations where you're like, okay, it's like something that's going on at home, you know, like those where you're kind of like, damn, this gets you like you're, you know, off the rails just because one little thing happens or whatever. But it is true when I think about it. It's like I can think of things they're not doing that I would be doing if I was going through that. That helps you kind of cope, and that's a resource. You know what I mean? Like even like some of them I could think of, like I can't like. And it's true, and a lot of people go through it when you think about it. But like, imagine you have to go to another state because of work or something, and you have nobody out there that you really fuck with or you're friends with,
open up to that.
So then when you go through something and you're out there, you know, I can see that where it's like, all right, so like the main resource you might need, because nobody can fix whatever problem that's happening, is I got to get like people in my life or something. You know what I mean? I don't know, and that's harder for others.
And I feel like even that, I feel like even that right there is a cop out excuse, because we have technology nowadays.
Right.
We have phones, FaceTime. We have so much things.
But you're listing resources that you can think of. Not that like, it is a little bit, you got to try to find these resources. You know what I mean? Because we're not naming anything that's not available.
Yeah, but you know, like you can move somewhere across to another state, and it's not like back in the day where it's like you move to a whole other state and you can't get in touch with nobody. Yeah, you easily have a cell phone you can use, and I understand what you're saying. It's a resource, but like it's not like it takes a lot of effort to use that resource. You already have that phone in your hand.
Yeah.
You're already using it. You might even be already talking to those people about certain things. You know what I mean?
And then you need to talk to, because then there's the people that are like shy or antisocial and going through that same thing, you know, and it's like,
don't want to bring it up.
And then it's like, oof, okay, now you need to go to somebody so they could tell you, not you know.
And I mean, the problem can go deeper than that if you really look at it. Sometimes they can stem from the actual family and the household they grew up in. I mean, if they came into a household that, you know, they saw that, like you shut the hell up, you don't really explain your feelings, you man up, you know, eventually they're going to, you know, reciprocate that when they get older. You know, if they couldn't open up to their mom or dad, or they couldn't talk to a family member about their problems, I mean, it's just going to be inevitable.
The hard part about it is like, because we're talking about this and we all have similar, not the same, but similar personality types where we instantly go to solution mode. And then like if we were ever in real help, you know, real issues that we can't fix, that we ask for help. Because like we're in solution mode. We don't really like, we have the pride and egos and stuff like that, but like fixing something is higher priority to us. You know what I mean? Like we could sacrifice things to fix things. You know what I mean? But it's a personality trait, you know, and it does, like if you think of the type of personalities that are a little more helpless or neurotic and stuff like that, it's like, how do they go through these situations? You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. Because I was thinking about that too, because we're talking about like when you go through something in life and how you react to it, whether that's weak or not, and then the repercussions for thinking one way or the other. But I was in like my management psychology class or some shit like that. It was talking about personality traits that just don't fit leadership, like leaders, and it's not talking about like managers or whatever. It's just like just period in life, in the world, right? Because they were using examples of like Civil War and stuff like that, like those that came up, and they were like trying to do studies on what makes a person a leader. Like there's like the emergence, like the standout. There's somebody that will always emerge as it, but then like what makes you an effective leader, like long-term type thing or whatever. And it was interesting, but it was kind of interesting with that, even where they pointed out certain personality traits, it's just way harder. Yeah. Not that it's not possible, it's just way harder. Like certain personality traits do not emerge, nor are they effective when they are trying to be leaders in a situation. And then, which is why most of those personality traits shy away from that in the first place. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's like, and then like the personality traits that are like super extroverted and shit like that, or like systematic type thinkers and stuff like that. There's like not good at emerging as a leader, but you're very effective if you get into that. You know, like if you ever, you know, you might long term turn into a leader kind of thing. Like if you're doing expedited, right. Like you got a group of buddies and we got to fucking, you know, take Cruz's garden up or something like that. You know, it's like there's one person that's going to start directing at first, and then there's maybe somebody that's like helping that person or whatever. And those are personality traits. It's almost like we have zero control of that. So then when you think of like when shit goes down in your life, that's also like a leader type of thing too. You know, it's like I was talking about our moms. That's your leader. Like you looked up to her, and the fact that she was strong in situations, you know what I mean? And then when she's not or whatever, people that are not, you see them a little different, you know? And it's like that is a personality type trait. I don't know. And then those that have those personality traits that go through things in life, I just wonder how's the best way of thinking about it. And it's almost impossible for us to even put ourselves in their shoes, but like I just seen a lot of examples, and then I kind of linked that to personality traits, but then I also link it to what Jacob was saying, where it's like resources, you know, and it's like maybe somebody regurgitating it or being honest, but then like that's got to be the right person, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
It's kind of
find somebody you can talk to or reach out to, but that's hard to find too sometimes. You know, somebody willing to listen and not be
honestly,
subjective.
I feel like I don't want to say that because I feel like that's an assumption more than anything. So never mind. I was gonna say I feel like pretty much everybody has at least one person that they can talk to. But the thing is, though, is a lot of people also don't sometimes negate the fact that they have that one person to talk to.
There's a lot of that.
You know what I mean? Like, because there's people. I feel like everybody has at least one person in their life that will listen, but sometimes they don't feel comfortable enough or feel like they can go talk to that person. But I truly believe that everybody has at least one person.
Because you know what it is too is life is all percentages, and it's like just like on the certain personalities aren't good at leaders or emerging or being a good leader in whatever way, but it happens all the time, kind of thing, right? It's just on percentage wise, it doesn't happen very much or as well compared to, and then same thing is probably consistent with like when you go through stuff, how you deal with it, whether it's strong or weak, and then the control you have on that is strongly based on your personality type. I bet you the same rule applies where it's like a percentage have issues with this situation, you know, and then that's why we changed the conversation from if that's strong or weak to this, you know what I mean? Because that's what it's the perspective of it. Yeah. But it's like the percentages change for this personality type going through the situation, but there's a lot that go through it and like figure out either have the resources or whatever. And I don't know.
No, but I definitely think that plays a huge role. That's also by a lot of companies too. They do like personality and character tests before they even hire. So that
I've heard about that before. Such a weird test.
That's a thing, man. Like
those tests are complicated sometimes, man. I'm going through it. I'm like,
would you pick up this?
Would you rather kill the dog or would you rather kill the daughter? It's like, oh fuck, bro. I'd rather just not. Like, could I?
That's a hard thing to test for because I've seen people come in and out, and like some people that you could just tell or that person is like, see that person needs to be in leadership roles and stuff, and then like maybe there's outside transitions and stuff like that, and then you're like, like you can't give that person more than one problem a day. You know what I mean? Or else shit's gonna blow up, you know. And it's like you can't really be like that, you know. That's a thing to test for, and it's kind of like seems like a shallow thing to look for, but it's real. That might be more impactful than a lot of other things that are on your resume. You know what I mean? Like, can you when shit's going on at that, you know, in your life, can you still like perform? You know, that's hard, man. That's a different thing.
It's true though.
They should almost get personality tests, and then you can make some assumptions. I'm not gonna lie, that's a good idea. I'm sure they do it all the time.
Well, a lot of companies do it. I've done them before for jobs I did when I back in the day when I had bullshit jobs. I don't know if they're personality or character tests, but either way, they're pretty much right next to each other.
Or just get them drunk and then they'll start speaking something.
Well, because we had when I did my orientation for my MBA program, it's like a cohort one, so we all got to be groups at one point or another. So what they do is they make you everybody takes a personality test, and it's kind of like, you know, keep in mind what your personality is and where your role might fit. It's not a science, but like keep this in mind when you're going into your groups. And it was kind of like saying that same thing we're talking about, where it's like, look, if you're super aggressive or something, and you see somebody else aggressive, you got to understand that you're that person, like naturally. That's your instinct. Yeah. That doesn't mean that's who you are, but your instinct is to be this. You know what I mean? And that's it's kind of like you don't have control over it. It's kind of a weird thing.
I kind of want to take a personality test to see my personality.
Yeah, that'd be pretty fun. I mean, there's probably something online you could probably do, and it'll give you it.
Like I forgot
personality test. Your results are you're a fucking asshole.
My shit was pretty spot on. Like it was like I wasn't aggressive. Like I was more on the conservative side, like in passive, but like not like extreme at all. Like and I was like, okay. And then you see some people like on extremes on certain sides, you know, and it's like that's very good.
What'd you guys do? Like an online thing or something?
Yeah, there's a name for it. Like you got to kind of pay for it or whatever. So I'm sure that's why it was for the through the program or whatever. But they got them all over the place. I'm sure they're just as effective.
Yeah, I'm gonna try one.
But that was pretty interesting. It's kind of like, yeah, you know, like and what was interesting about it was he does studies on it, and the guy presenting it was kind of like, it's interesting where like your personality doesn't really change throughout your whole life. Like he was saying something about like most people's personalities change maximum like 20% in their lifetime, kind of thing. Because he was doing studies on people or whatever.
I'm interested to know, because I wonder if you find an individual who is like set on changing themselves, if that's a possibility.
And I'm sure there's outliers, but like, and you can think about it, right? Like, you know who I like as a good example when I heard that study was Santi, where it's like who he was and who he is completely different.
That's
person.
my step pops for me.
But he's still the same person. Your step pops. Who he was and who he is, night and day. But
at the end of the day, root down is still the same.
Yeah, he'll still hit you in the nuts and say, "Hey, fucker," you know what I mean? Like something like that, you know?
Yeah.
Like, and it's like, yeah, that's true. It's like you could do a 180 or a 360 or whatever, but like that personality, he'll still, if somebody says "fuck you," he'll say it right back. That's a personality thing. You know what I mean? Like Santi, how he is. It's like he's night and day, but like he's still Santi. You know what I mean? Same as me. I could be a bum, but I'll probably still be organizing my trash can. You know what I mean? And it's like that personality is the same. It's weird. It's a
Chris
weird
would be like, don't put the fucking soda can there. The soda cans go here on the left or front left side of my cart.
Those are recyclable.
The beer cans go on this side. Don't get them mixed up, bitch.
I'd have my corner organized. My alley,
a fucking shopping cart with fucking cans. So, no, that's not where that can goes.
But it is interesting, and it's kind of sad because it's like when you do have a trait where it's like not good in certain areas that you're trying to be in, then you should know that though, right? Because it's like, okay, I got to work a little more on these things because these are weaknesses for me. Just like people that just get into sales because they don't even know that their personality was built for
sales.
it.
Yeah.
Or it was built for it. Or they think they want to do sales and their personality is not built for it. Right. And it's like, oh, I got to like really work at this. Like I'm not Brianna. You know what I mean? Like I like to sell houses, but I'm not. Okay, shit. I got to like really, like that's something I hate about it. You know, but like that's a wear and tear on energy to that person where it's like fun. For the other person, that's a personality thing. That's where like on average, you probably shouldn't do that. You know, like I don't know. Like that's an interesting thing for me. And then, like, what do you do about it? You know, because I would hate to be told, like, "Oh, you're this personality, you can't do this."
Yeah,
like,
this is your personality, and you shouldn't be in this line of work.
Don't tell me that. That's bullshit. You know, it's like same as like if I was like, because I am a little neurotic in certain things, but it's like, yeah, but like, okay, I should know that a little bit, and then it's like, then I know when things come up, some of the feelings I have aren't valid. You know, like if one person comes with a problem. And another person comes with a problem, and then they leave, and then the third person comes. I can't be like, "What do you want?" You know what I mean? Like that person has no, you know what I mean?
I get
it's like,
before.
okay, you might feel that way, like, all right, no, this is, you know, but you can't portray that.
It's like, hey, Bob, just write it down and put it in the fucking suggestion box, okay? Thank you.
Right.
Get the fuck out of my office.
And sometimes you can't control it, right?
No,
it's like, but that's where it's like none of us are perfect. Even guys that are good at it still come off like dicks here and there. You know what I mean? So it's like it is what it is.
It's a complicated thing.
But you just gotta. I think it's good to be aware.
Yeah.
Of a personality.
Do you
trait.
think that certain? Because I'm falling back on like the idea that like, how similar a lot of engineers are mentally work. Do you think that schooling or like school programs so that can actually
conform you a little bit?
Do you think so?
I don't know, man. Because like for me,
because same thing with the military too.
Yeah, that's true.
A lot of people go to the military and they come out, they change completely different person, and that's also like baseline personality.
Oh, I think you could probably get a rewiring,
right?
I'm sure.
Because it's just interesting to me because engineers, man, like for me, like I sit down.
But to me, that's kind of like your dad. Like you might come back clean cut and like you fold your shit and you're kind of like, yes sir, you know, very polite, but then like you still like to put ketchup all over your mac and cheese and you still need me to like to handle your bills or something like that. Like that's the type of person. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe like I don't know. I just see like a lot of people that I talk to like that, and it seems like. But maybe there's outliers that
I think there's way more of that in military. I think the military is the perfect. That's like the best example of a rewiring type thing. I think you'll see the most examples of, that person is different now. You know, especially if you're in war and you go through trauma. Trauma changes.
Oh yeah,
I think trauma is like that. And for every outlier out there with a personality switch, trauma is that. That's what it was.
I agree
for sure. Damn.
But yeah, it just makes me wonder because I just meet a lot of people like engineers for doing what I do because of real estate, and they all seem to be fucking the same, bro. Like the way that they handle the documents and the signing process is so fucking similar.
So what I would say, so like this is a great example, and we'll kind of end on this. This is perfect. This is a perfect example of you see a lot of engineers with that personality type. It's easier for them.
Yeah.
But there are some that slip in that are POSs, whatever, right? Same thing, but those people are working way harder.
Yeah.
Right? Same thing with me. Man, when I was in my accounting program, I was never top of the class. Like, literally the average student, always. Even though I had like a 3.5 or something, like, it's a different kind of people, right? But then when we get to the workforce, a lot of things are easier for me naturally with my personality type, like working in a business, like, hey, we're going to go work on this and this and that. What do you think? Or when you got to get information from people, like when you actually got to work in accounting. Yeah. My personality traits help me maybe excel a little better than that person, right? Like that person, than the average accountant personality type, quieter. Just like an engineer personality type. You know what I mean? And it's like those people are needed 100% because I can't do what they can do on certain things. But I worked super hard. There was not until my last semester did I enter a semester like I'm going to be an accountant. Yeah. I was always like, if I fail, I'm going to do this. If I fail this, I'm going to just try to pivot and do this because it was a struggle every semester until I failed. And then I was like, okay, I got to fucking like go. I can't think of nothing else or else I probably will have to do
doctors
that.
Too.
Shit. Yeah.
That's another type of people.
Certain type of person.
Yeah.
And then there's like the weird outliers, but that person probably had to work way harder.
To get to where he's at.
Just kind of like, because it's against the grain. You know, it's like against what that person really should be doing. You know? Not should be, but like it's like that person knows that's what they should be doing. But if your personality trait doesn't fit it, it's like you're going to have a different journey. Yeah. Like that, like period. You know what I mean? Like if I try to go, like just be in a cubicle or something type job, boy, it'd be a different thing for me. It'd be a different struggle where some people are like, I can't stand ever since Cruz came into this department, there's people in here left and right. What the hell's going on? You know what I mean? Like, while I'm like, yeah, good. Yeah, I want to get up and walk around and go see some shit, you know. Anyways.
But yeah, you guys want to add anything?
Nah, man, that's sick. Jacob got to go Christmas shopping. Wish him luck. Shit. Good luck, brother. Thanks for listening again.
Boat.
Whatever platform you're watching on, please like, follow, subscribe, share, comment.
Break out another 1,000.
Thank you to everybody listening. You guys are the best.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, y'all.
Hope you guys had a good one. Love you guys.
What episode is this? Do you know?
This is episode 90.
So we're almost hitting episode 100.
XO honey.
We should probably
close. Stay tuned. 10 weeks.
Giving out $10,000 on episode 100.
Huh?
Nah, I'm kidding. Just cut it.
Jacob giving out $10,000
on episode 10,000.
On episode 10,000, we'll do that.
So $100.
We're gonna be like 150.
I like that noise.
Anyways, Pocket Watch out.
Pocket Watch out.